Well, hello everybody. This is Mark in Cottonwood, Arizona, and as promised, I took the 110 horsepower 66 Corvair engine apart and I found some things wrong. And so I'm going to go over those things with you real quick, and hopefully you can learn. If you are disassembling an engine, you want to rebuild an engine, you want to kind of just do an overhaul, here's some things for you to look for. And like I love to say, get out there and enjoy your Corvair. Stay tuned for the next couple of segments. I think you'll find them interesting. So really the goal right now is just to disassemble what I have here. I don't see anything blatantly wrong, but I'm not going to put this engine back in this car until I figure out why this engine came out of the car. Nice looking heads, clean case, somebody went through the motor. I don't know if they did it right. I don't know anything about it. So probably gonna have to disassemble it down to splitting the block. Make sure that it's got some sealant here on these corners. Just put it back together correctly. I don't see any big issues at this point, so stay with me as I go on this journey. And as always, get out there and enjoy your Corvair. Okay, so anyway, here are 3 of the 6 pistons that came out of this 66 Corvair engine. And here's what I found. Well, first of all, it looks like it was run with really dirty oil. Now, the exterior may have looked really good, but you don't really know until you start pulling things apart. So it looks like whoever owned this or rebuilt it, they did not change oil for extended periods. Big no-no with Corvairs. And I'm going to have to get my smartphone to kind of zoom in on this stuff, but there are fatigue cracks in each one of these pistons, right? Okay, so here is the engine, down to the crank, down to the case, and I'm probably just going to go ahead and go all the rest of the way just to make sure that everything looks okay before I put it back together. And I'm looking at the journals. The journals, well, let's put it this way, I've seen better. You could probably run these and be okay, but I'm probably going to end up just putting a turn crank in there and being done with it. So it's going to be one of my personal vehicles, so I've got some cranks and I'm going to put one in there. So this is where we're at right now. So I've got it disassembled to the point where now I've got to pull bell housing, pull the block bolts, and pop that crank out of there. So other than that, everything else looked pretty good other than those pistons. So get out there and enjoy your Corvair. This is Mark. Well, hello everybody. This is a little short segment about what I found in that 66 RD coated block that came out of the 66 Monza. This is the engine that I was wondering why it came out of the car. Well, I found the pistons problem. And now I'm going a little bit deeper. Here we've got the camshaft and we've got a lifter out of that engine. And if you'll notice, there are shiny spots and dark spots on this camshaft. And the reason for that is there is notching taking place in the camshaft. So the camshaft actually has ridges that you can actually feel with your fingernail. It has worn away the center part of this lobe. So all of these lobes have wear on them. And since this contacts the lobe, let me see if I can get a good shot to where it's right there. I think you can see it's actually got like a low spot in that lifter. And that's because it has been riding on that center portion. Been riding kind of like this right here. Let me see if I can get that correct. Been riding kind of like this right here. And that has actually wore down the middle part. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, it's shiny right there. You can see it. Anyway, so cam was on its way out. It would have run, don't get me wrong, it still would go. Even with those bad pistons, it would still go. There's no reason why it would not run, but really I want to be able to drive this thing around and rely on it. So obviously the cam and the lifters got to just get chucked. They're going in the scrap pile. So this is Mark in Cottonwood, Arizona. And as always, get out and enjoy your Corvair. See you on the next video. Okay, this is Mark in Cottonwood. And there was no glue or sealant on these four corners here. And so it's a good thing I took this engine apart, because now I'm going to put the cases back together with the different crank, different cam, different lifters. So the engine really did need to be rebuilt. And so that is a very good thing. I'm glad I didn't put it in the car. It needed to be gone through, and I don't have a problem doing that because I want to go out and drive that red 66. So this is Mark in Cottonwood, Arizona, reminding you, get out and enjoy, get out and drive your Corvair.